Well, for those of you who just joined, I'm Ryan Herbst, Vice President of UnifiedCommunications.com. Thank you, and it's my pleasure to demonstrate our decision tree and device selection tools. Now, this is technology that was developed here at UnifiedCommunications.com specifically to help organizations that are deploying UC solutions. So I'm going to share my screen to give you a sense of how this type of technology can help us deliver choice, enforce standards, and again solve some of the real-world problems that could emerge if we didn't have a solution like this in place. So what I'm showing is a example, kind of hypothetical example of how this could work in your organization. So imagine that you access this type of a system through your intranet. I could have been given access to this by invitation. Let's imagine that as part of a unified communications voice solution, I'm an employee, I'm invited to participate, I'm given a link to a device selection tool. The idea behind this type of technology would be as if IT could essentially interview every employee in an organization and ensure that they get the optimal mix of devices. Now, the first thing, before an end user would see something like this, an administrator in your organization would go and decide in the administrative interface what products they wanted to make available for their end users. And so literally, they would, by category, headsets, phones and speakerphones, webcams, video conferencing, meeting room type products, drag and drop in the products that they wanted to make available. So of the 130 plus optimized products, an administrator who sets standards would decide which products they want to make available. So literally, if I wanted to take this Blackwire 435 product and make it unavailable, to exclude it, I literally drag it out, and that automatically, dynamically impacts the workflows and questions and decision trees that I'm about to show you. I'm going to drag it back because it's actually part of one of the examples I'm going to show, but it's that easy. And so there is a database that is part of the solution that we maintain that has attributes and characteristics of each of these products, and you're going to see momentarily how that manifests itself to create an end user experience that helps solve, again, some pretty complex questions. So as an end user, I'm able to find devices a couple of different ways, but what I really wanted to showcase today is the device selection assistant, or our decision tree type tools. So imagine now I'm an end user. It is recognizing that I've been here before and asking if I want to see a list of recommended products that it provided the last time I used the tool. I'm going to start a new session. So in this case, I'm looking for a headset and a meeting room device, a phone, speakerphone, and a webcam. And we still, in my organization, in this hypothetical scenario, still have traditional desk phones, as well as we're implementing Lync. So I'm looking for headset that works with my desk phone and my PC, and I'd also like it to work with my smartphone while I'm in the office. So the system's going to ask what type of desk phone I have. I have a Cisco, and it's a 7965. Now, in your organization, we're able to show just the manufacturers of desk phones that could exist and just the models of desk phones. So you wouldn't see this entire list. It would be again, specific to the phones that exist in your organization. So based on that criterion, the system recommended a particular product. Again, there are more products that are made that could do what I asked to do, but there's only one product that I had approved that meets those characteristics. And in this case, it's the Savvy 740. So we'll show you kind of what we're able to do with these product selections in a moment, but I also asked about a meeting room device. So what type of meeting room device am I looking for? Am I looking for an audio only or an audio and video device? I'm interested in an audio only device. I really want a small portable device that I can bring into a meeting room and use in a small huddle room. How would I like to connect that? Do I want it to be a USB or Ethernet device? And again, the options here are appearing because I have selected products that could be connected via USB or Ethernet. If I only had USB devices here, this question would be skipped. So I want USB. How much audio pickup range do you require? I'm going to be using this in a small huddle room. It seats 4 people, so 6 feet or less. And a specific product that matches that criterion is now shown. And I'm also looking for a phone. I'd like to connect it via Ethernet. I'd like it to be Lync Phone Edition. Would you like the ability to see your calendar and click to join meetings from the phone? I would. And lastly, I asked for a webcam. So I would like a webcam to work with my notebook. In the system, you'll notice, number one, that the headset is being paired with the connection cable that will allow my headset to control the Cisco phone, the 7965 phone that I indicated. I can now see recommendations for a headset, a meeting room device, a phone/speakerphone, as well as a webcam. And from here we could do a couple of things. So number one, this type of a system could be provided as purely informational, meaning I couldn't purchase any of these products. It could tell me what I need to order, and then I could go get approval and order it. But it can also be taken a step further. It could be a transactional system like you're seeing, where I could move forward and enter a purchase order or a credit card to purchase these products, integrated into a existing procurement workflow. So if your organization uses Ariba or Oracle or SAP, and we can integrate, or many other electronic procurement systems, we can integrate and kind of front end that process where this cart is now handed back to the procurement system and it goes through its normal routing and approval and purchase system. And this technology we provide as a courtesy when we're fulfilling products around it, or via license if you really just want the technology and for whatever reason it doesn't make sense to procure the actual products from us. So bear with me 1 second. I'm just going to log out of this. And so now we're going to show a different example. Again, this is a different problem that we're trying to solve. We have some collaboration leads that exist around the country, and one of their responsibilities is to help us enforce some meeting room standards. So we've developed 3 meeting room concepts, and based on the size of the room and some other characteristics, it's appropriate to implement one of those 3. So this tool is designed to help those collaboration leads. I'll give an example. Same type of technology that we demonstrated before, but solving a different problem. So I am looking to determine what video conferencing system we use in that collaboration room. I want to know about the display and camera systems and the microphone system that are most appropriate and meet our standards. So first question, again, these are example questions that would be customized to your environment. Is 4-way HD multipoint required? Is this a point-to-point room, or do I need a room that has an embedded bridge inside the video conferencing system? This is going to be a small point-to-point room, so I'm going to say no. How many people can be seated at the table? This is a small huddle room. It seats 4, so I'm going to say less than 6. And is the furniture fixed or modular? It is fixed. So in this example, it's recommending a particular video conferencing codec that comes with a camera. It's a single monitor. It's telling me that I don't need an additional camera. And we're going to use tabletop microphones. So this is fixed furniture, it doesn't move, and our standard calls for a tabletop microphone when we have fixed furniture. I'm going to go back through the assistant, answer the questions differently. You'll see how my outcomes change dramatically. So I do need 4-way multipoint, and this is a larger room. It has between 6 and 20 people. And the furniture is modular. So I get a different recommendation for the video conferencing system. You can see that I am now, I now have 2 versus 1 display. I'm using a special camera system that tracks participants based on facial recognition and audio. And I have ceiling mics versus fixed mics because the furniture moves. So again, if we did this again and made different choices, you'd see different outcomes. But fairly complex challenge that we are making very, very simple. And in addition, enabling this to go into a procurement workflow from here. So I hope this gives you a sense of the power of this technology. And again, it's highly customizable, but it can solve some very foundational core challenges, that can burden IT and collaboration teams as you deploy unified communications, and also really, really help on the procurement side to simplify and ultimately to deliver choice in a reasonable way. And I think there is a tendency to, particularly not necessarily in this example where we're talking about video rooms, certainly that's a standard that would be set, but in the previous example, when we're talking about devices, there's a tendency to oversimplify or not to provide any choice because it's just too complex to manage absent a solution like this. And we feel strongly that when you hit it right, when you really get the optimal mix of products, when those products are designed around how I work and where I work, that it has an enormous impact